Hello, friends. My name is Dr. Randy Schroeder, and I would like to share some powerful ideas that make a significant positive difference in beating depression. Certainly, there are no magical pills or ideas with depression, but after helping over 1,000 people cope with and defeat depression, I have found that these ideas are very, very helpful. I think it's important to recognize that depression is often referred to as the common cold for emotional problems. And so what often happens is individuals, when they're depressed, it causes them to freeze up. It's an emotional paralysis, to freeze up, to try nothing, to dare nothing, just to try to think one's way out of depression. And thinking one's way out of depression will almost never work. What makes a significant difference is do. Take action. Be a take action person and do your way to a healthier mood and a more fulfilling life. The first powerful idea that I'd like to share is the importance of light. Darkness is a malady, depression is a malady for darkness. And so light combats the darkness of depression. After counseling over 1,000 people who have been depressed, I often ask them, is your home dark, or is there a lot of light, or is your bedroom dark? And frequently individuals have said, I think the darkness helps me. And actually, one may think that darkness helps, but it actually heightens depression. And so I encourage you to open the curtains to your home or your apartment and let a lot of light come in. I often will suggest at night, even though the electric bill may go up, to turn on all the lights in your entire home or apartment, because again, light combats the darkness of depression. Another key idea is to go on a news fast, and not just a news fast, a social media fast. News, no matter the source, social media, often, no matter the source, is very, very negative and can really heighten depression. And so whether you go on a news and a social media fast for 24 hours or 48 hours, maybe even a week or longer, try not taking in the news. Another powerful positive idea to beating depression is to avoid isolation. I often say it's avoid the jail. Well, what is the jail? The jail is staying in the house or your house or your apartment all day, or staying in your bedroom and not coming out. I've seen many teenagers over the years who are depressed, and one of the reasons they're depressed is they're isolating. They're staying in their bedroom much of the night, or adults are staying in their home almost 24 hours if they're not going out to work or do some other activities. So make sure that you avoid the jail of isolation and you get outside the house. Even if you only go outside for 5 minutes and just sit outside or go for a brief walk, but avoid isolating yourself from society and get out of the. Another key, powerful, positive idea is to avoid isolation. I often say it's avoid, or ask a person to avoid the jail. Staying in the home all the time or staying in the bedroom all the time will heighten depression. Isolation is just such a big negative in terms of depression, and by avoiding isolation, on the positive side, it can help one defeat depression. And even if it's a brief period of time, just go outside for 5 minutes. Do not stay in the bedroom for lengthy periods of times. I've counseled numerous teenagers who are depressed, and they often were staying in the bedroom for lengthy periods of time. And when I asked them to not stay in their bedroom more than 30 minutes a day, amazingly, their depression got better. Another key idea is out and back exercise. Exercise is probably the greatest combatant to depression. And so it's very, very important to exercise, and that can be very, very difficult when one is depressed. And so I will suggest individuals walk away from your home or your apartment for 60 seconds. Once you hit 60 seconds, go right back home. So you got in a sense, 120-second, 2-minute walk in. If you don't have the energy to even walk for 60 seconds, walk to the end of your driveway or walk to the mailbox and go back in. I saw a lady years ago who was extremely depressed, had major depression, and her goal was to walk from one side of the house to the other side of the house. And she did that for a week. And that may not seem to a lot to you, but when you're emotionally paralyzed, that can make a huge difference. And she started doing that, and then she worked up to where she could walk a minute away from her house and then go home, and then walk 2 minutes away and then go home. It just made a very positive difference because exercise is a great combatant to depression. And then watch the words that you use throughout the day. Words can make us healthy, but words can also make us ill. A study was done numerous years ago, 40, 50 years ago, that an individual came into work who was very bubbly, upbeat, joyful, and throughout the day, I think they had 15 different individuals tell him, "You're looking sad, you're looking depressed, you're looking down." By the end of the day, that individual who came to work in the morning, bubbly and joyful, was depressed and down. And so I would encourage you to watch your words, because words can make you healthy, and words can help you beat depression. I would never use the words anxiety or depressed. I would not use the words or the phrase, "I'm feeling down today," or "I'm in a really low mood." Instead, what you want to say is, "I'm not as happy as I want to be today." So you use the happy word. You didn't even use one of those negative words of depression, down, in a low mood. And so words are powerful, and please always remember that. Another key idea is to watch your friendships. Some individuals can pull a person down into a deeper depression. You never want to be judgmental. It's good to be judging. Judging is assessing and evaluating. Being judgmental says that we're better than someone else. So you don't ever want to be judgmental, but you do want to judge and assess. And often I'll ask individuals to rate the mood of their 5 closest friends. And then how do they feel after talking to those closest friends? And what I have found is depressed individuals will say, "Well, these 3 friends, after I talk to them, I feel really depressed. I feel even worse than I did before. With these 2 friends, when I talk to them, I feel more upbeat and encouraged and optimistic." And so it's important to watch your friendships. Now, I often will say, "Do you want to keep those friends that are causing you to feel in a lower mood?" And they'll say, "I do." And I'll say, "Well, you only want to talk to those friends on upbeat days. When you're feeling really good, talk to them, because they're going to pull you down somewhat. When you're in a low mood, though, talk to those friends who lift your spirits and help you feel happier and have a more fulfilling life and a healthier mood." And then another key idea is to accomplish 1 or 2 tasks every day. When we accomplish things in our lives, that helps us feel better about ourselves. It lifts our self-confidence, lifts our self-worth, and it doesn't have to be anything significant. I mean, it could be something as minor as wiping off the kitchen counter, or emptying the dishwasher, or washing a few dishes. But try to accomplish 1 or 2 tasks every single day, because that will build your self-worth and help you feel that you're having a fulfilling life. If you need some encouragement to do that, I love the words, "I can and I will, I can and I will, I can and I will." And maybe say, "I can and I will accomplish these 1 or 2 tasks today." And that will make a big difference. As a pastor, as a Christian, certainly in beating depression, I'm a firm believer in praying to our Heavenly Father and talking to God on a regular basis because God is with you when you go through tough times. And reading, I don't think you need to read a whole chapter in the Bible. Just pick one verse from the Bible that is encouraging, and read that one verse and meditate on it for 60 seconds. And if you can find a good devotional, that can be beneficial as well. I hope and pray that these ideas have made a significant difference for you beating depression if you're in that not so happy mood. And will you please subscribe to my YouTube channel? If you like this video, will you please give it a thumbs up and share with your family and friends? And then finally, please also make comments about other videos that you would like to see regarding marriage or parenting or life challenges, because I want to be helpful for your life and the lives of others and their relationships. God's richest blessings on your life and all your relationships.